My name is Taylor. I'm a freshman at Clemson University getting my degree in sociology, and this is my vlog on the new student dialogue I attended back in August. I attended the Crossing Borders one, mainly because I really, different cultures has always been a big interest to me in finding out how things work. That's kind of why I'm minoring in anthropology, but this turned out to be really interesting. I was kind of dreading it because I've been in groups before where when people don't know other people, it's awkward. There's a lot of silence. The directors have to poke and prod us to answer the questions. But this group was the complete and total opposite. Everybody had really good statements, really good questions. It was a good mixture of people in that group who have been out of the country to different countries or come from different cultural backgrounds, and those of us who have not been to other countries. So we had people who had different experiences in their lives with different cultures that could bring a lot to the table and bring a lot to this discussion and make it meatier and actually pertain to a lot of the things that are going on today. I felt like my group achieved a true dialogue. I truly, truly do. There were no arguments, people didn't say rude things. It was just a good discussion about how diversity has affected the world and how it's going to keep affecting it and how to deal with it in our lives. So I felt like we really, really achieved the main point of this of the new student dialogue. Most everybody said at least one thing, which is good, where it wasn't dominated by like 2 or 3 people. There was a good group of about 6 or 7 maybe that mostly talked, and then there were some people outside of that group who would make a comment every now and then there were people who really didn't say anything. They just sat back and listened, which is never a bad thing. Listening's always good. And so that kind of answers that there were more reserved people in that dialogue, and I think that may have been because they didn't have as many experiences with different cultures as someone else did. Because there are people who had been halfway across the world in different cultures, and then there are some people like me who have never left the continental United States. So, it was but you could still draw parallels between different cultures and different subcultures, which I thought was nice. I was kind of that person on the outskirts that would make a comment every now and then, but I really didn't dominate the discussion. I thought I had a few good points to make. The directors thought it was interesting that I was taking part in the international student program where I partner up with an international student and we meet once every 2 weeks or once every week for an hour and talk. And somebody else had done that, and they had a really good partnership with their person, and she thought I was the only person in that group who was actually doing it, and I enjoy it. A lot of the stuff I learned in this student dialogue really pertained to the partnership I have with my friend from India, because it was really interesting because we were talking about like the different values we have in our cultures, and he and I have we have some of the same cultures, different, we share similarities in our culture, but a lot of times we don't, which I thought was interesting, and I just liked that the new student dialogue tied into something that was going on personally in my life, and I've seen a lot of that. It's actually tied in a lot with my life here in Clemson, because Clemson has such a diverse student body. I see people all the time from different countries or people from across the United States they're so different than I am, but it's nice to learn about where they come from and why they do what they do. which I really enjoy. And as part of Library 100, I feel like the new student dialogues are really to get you introduced to what goes on at Clemson, because most of my classes have been dialogues, where dialogues are proper. Like my public speaking class, we've had dialogues about different things like political issues or something, and new student dialogue has really helped me because it gets me used to talking in a group of people I do not know as well, and about things that are kind of touchy sometimes. But I think it really came in handy for sociology, where it's kind of like the new student dialogue I attended, of talking about different cultures, subcultures, and how they pertain to our everyday lives, and giving it a name, because I knew what it was about, but I didn't know what it was called. So, I just really think the new student dialogue is extremely useful to get new students, new freshmen, transfers, whoever, introduced to dialogues that will take place in their classes, and get them used to talking in a group of people they do not know, and it's really just a good introduction, and I think it is such an integral part of the Library 100 process, and it's probably the thing I look most forward to, and I'm really glad I did it.